Rookie fail. Rookie fail.
We are in my, oh shit, there's a car coming up in the floor anyway.
You know, I want to kill myself, it's so loud.
It's getting cold, I don't want to go outside. Shit, doesn't matter cause I'm cold inside. Well, whoa, 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 I said let's go, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 I said let's go, whoa, whoa.
Hello, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Mike.
This is my 2015 STI here.
This is my 2017 Honda Civic Si.
We're going to take these two cars for a drive and give you our thoughts on them. Mike's impression, passenger seat, of what it's like to ride in an STI, which I assume is not as good as driving it. Let's be honest.
Expect it to be what it is, you know, cornering around and corners flat. You know, it's a little bumpy, but again, it's purposeful. It's not, you know, for no reason. It jars a little bit, but it's not, you know, you don't worry about losing your fillings, you know, going down the road.
Like this, for instance.
But, you know, it does that, and you're like, okay, I forgive it. You know, so it's not anything that I would say is unjust. You know, I mean, like, shit. Yeah, you know, it just launches out of the corners. It is insane how, you know, you come out of that corner and you step on the gas and you're just going, you're doing it.
When I was taking those corners, were you shitting your pants a little bit there?
A little bit, yeah. No, and that, you know, it does everything that you hope for, and I personally can't think of a car that stock will corner like that, especially for the price.
It's kind of crazy to think about that when you hit a corner and you're like, wow, that was really flat.
Yeah, it was flat, and then you step on the gas, and then it just kind of kicks you in the ass, and you're going, and it's great. You know, yeah, it's a little bumpy, and you know, it'll thrash you around, but you huck it around a corner, and you go, okay, now I understand why.
Yeah, right, compared to your clutch? Mike is driving, and the first thing I hear is,
Yeah, that clutch is stiff. And yeah, the first thing is like, oh, that clutch is stiff, and it's right off the ground. Mine is really high up on the pedal, which I don't like. It's the engagement points are really
seems like you'd almost be moving your leg at that point when you're
right.
pulling up, which is kind of when I'm done.
So this
There's not really any grip at that point.
So this is a lot more performance oriented, and you can tell that, especially in the shifter too. Yeah, the throws are nothing, which is really nice. Not gonna lie, you know, and it just, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, you move the steering and it just it twitches and it just goes for it. You know, there's no hesitation to this car whatsoever, and it's almost to a point of almost too confidence inspiring. Like, I don't feel scared to just run this thing straight through a corner, and I feel like it's not going to punish me. Yeah.
There is a limit for sure, but I think this car masks it a little bit. Like it gives you all this, you can get to that point and then you're screwed right at that point, but this car really gives you all that confidence, and that's why kids crash them, I think. Regardless, the steering is very nice in this.
And it revs a lot faster. But there's no, you just bang off those gears. There's no rev hang. Like, shifter's right there. It's got a leather perforated steering wheel. I mean, I really couldn't ask for anything more out of a car like this.
And I'd say suspension too, but we all know it's a purpose-driven suspension. It's going to be rough daily. There's no sugarcoating that, so we're not even going to go over that. And all right, on to the next one. No. Oh. After beating on it, dude. I forget about that.
...2017 Civic Si, which a lot of you probably know just came out, so there's been a little bit of hype towards it from the magazine articles. Did Honda do a good job?
My first impression getting in this car is it has quality built into it. Like, it actually feels solid, I guess I can say. Compared to my STI, everything, the fit and finish just feels, I mean, my STI is a limited, and this just feels better. Like, there's no rattles. There isn't a rattle in here. And I'm going to admit, I'm a little jealous. And I would say, well, mine has 20,000 miles on it. Well, that's actually a really bad excuse for not having any rattles, because that's like no miles. You got quiet, comfortable, just soft riding place to be, and it's really nice. It's a nice little break. I can already tell is going to do it. It is the best of both worlds in the sense that it actually is a little dialed back towards that comfy daily driver, whereas my STI, obviously you have the Type R that's even more towards the direction of race car, you could say, race car. This car is definitely going to be more quiet, of course, and more refined, I guess, in that sense, where the Type R is going to be more raw. But of course, he can hit the sport button here, and then the suspension actually does feel tighter. If you close your eyes and tell your friends to guess, they will feel the difference. We found that out. There is actually a Honda in front of us. Do you think he has VTEC, Mike?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, well, you don't either, so that sucks.
No.
Anyway, so I'm very comfortable in this. This is, as a passenger, I think I would be more satisfied in this car than Mike would be in my car as a passenger for, say, 300 miles.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one thing too. You know, we touched on the Sport where it does stiffen up the dampeners, but I think
there's an off button. That's the thing, though.
Yeah.
Mine does not have an off button.
And what I like more than the dampeners is what it does to the steering. It does stiffen up the steering.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I thought it was just the suspension.
Yeah, no, it's three things. It's throttle response, which with that heavy flywheel doesn't garner much, but no, I mean in the steering feel it does stiffen it up, and you feel a little bit more connected.
Oh, that's different.
Yep.
All right, so now I am driving the 2017 Civic Si, and that was a bad shift. So my first thoughts right off the bat are this is a more relaxed drivetrain. This shifter is a lot more smooth and just easy to actuate. This clutch pedal is so light that I think I can push it with my pinky toe. My gosh, it's smooth, and I'm trying to heel and toe, but the pedals are actually kind of far apart.
Yeah, they are.
Weird. The steering, though, like it feels more like mine. It doesn't feel. It feels pretty direct for being electric, you know? The electric power steering. I'm assuming this has electric power steering.
Good question. I think that it is. I want to say that it's hydraulic with electric assist.
Oh, interesting. It definitely comes on, and that rev hang is actually, yeah, I can't get used to that.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I don't ever see the need to cross 4,000 right now, but of course there isn't really any room at the moment. But I'm liking what I'm feeling right now. The torque is definitely enough for you to have fun with and not rev the ever-loving daylights out of this car, which is something that the old motor would, of course, have had. You know, you're going to have to rev it to 5,000 RPMs to extract all that torque out of it, which people are like, oh, that's gonna be really fun. I'm racing around. Of course I want my peak torque up at $7,000. Dude, no you don't. You're on the road. You don't want that. Come on, let's be real, right?
Right.
Tell me I'm right there.
No, and that's the thing is, that's the great thing about turbo is you get to have fun without being a jackass on the road.
You get that mid-range is what you get. Corners here. Try not to blind that guy. Ooh, it feels like it wants to take those front tires off, really. That's nice. Turn-in's pretty good. Ooh, traction. Oh, I'm actually losing traction at 40 miles an hour with a 1.5 liter. And you people say these engines are slow.
Yeah, 1.5's not bad.
No, I am shocked. This is more than enough to have fun with, and yet people are still going to look at that size of the engine and go, no, not enough. Too small for me. I can't do that. So just go out and drive one. Go drive one. We have the AC on right now. And I was braking traction at 40 miles an hour.
So does the lack of power? Because I mean, you compare it to everything in its segment. You've got the GTI, the Focus ST.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Those, I guess, those would be its main contenders.
Those are the two I can think of right now. Hondas are definitely going to be built better, at least for this price point. And I'm going to have to strike the ST off just for that. This is definitely a more fun car. It feels more... It almost, from the side profile, this car almost looks kind of Audi-esque. And it's dark out, so we can't show you that. Maybe I'll have to get some exterior clips. But it really is a classy car. It hides that it's like a boy racer. You know what I mean? Like, my car, I look like a young asshole. I'm going to say it. I'm sorry, I just cussed. But this car, it hides that, like, young guy vibe that you get from it.
Right, being an owner is that the Sport has the same motor, albeit detuned, and it looks pretty much the same. And I'm going.
It has a black grille too. I just noticed that.
Yeah, and so after noticing that, I'm like, oh, okay. But I mean, at least with the SI, that it does, it's not just more power out of the motor. How would you say the agility is compared to?
So right now with Sport off, I definitely can tell a difference in the steering. Like this, let's see, I'm kind of doing a little slalomy stuff, so I'm gonna hit the Sport button, and oh yeah, like that turn in right there, that initial first little bit of turn in there is already changed, and I like this suspension is compliant. Like taking those corners there was pretty great. It is, for what it is at its price range, it is very good at what it does.
It doesn't have the
no torque steer either, by the way. I did lose some traction, but I wasn't wrestling it. I have to mention that really quick.
There it is. That this car is not heavy. It weighs less than 3,000 pounds.
That's crazy. And modern standards, that's impressive. I love this interior. It surprised me the first Civic I've ever driven. This, where everything meets. Right here, the door meets the A-pillar meets the dash. It just is like pretty. Everything has this kind of, it encloses you and it makes you feel comfortable and kind of safe in here. Whereas the Subaru kind of is, everything's kind of far away from you and it doesn't, and I kind of like to be swaddled in my interior. So I like it. The fake carbon fiber is better looking than my fake carbon fiber, that's for sure. And my only gripe for this interior, I'm gonna say, this interior is 4 stars for me for sure. I just love this interior, is this. And my arm just doesn't know where to sit on it, and I do kind of like to drive with my right arm, so it kind of would be, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's actually like a little thing your arm sits on that just doesn't quite. But lastly, the powertrain, 5 out of 5. It's a 1.5 liter. I was burning out at 40 miles an hour. This is enough for you. You don't need any more. Quit telling yourself you need a 6.2 liter Camaro V8. Come on, man, this is plenty. Go drive a Honda Civic. All right, I'm Tyler. This is Mike. This is 2 Guys, 1 Car. See you guys later.